Well.
No.
No, because I'm mad at you.
Why now?
Because I did something so wholesome yesterday.
Oh.
And you have an attitude about it. I went to a necklace making beaded workshop in Silver Lake.
Yep, of
I
course.
believe.
It was there in Laurel Canyon.
I
with this.
made this necklace and it was so like calm, relaxing. It felt very nostalgic. I love doing something for my inner child.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do. And you had a big, you said, what? Why'd you do that?
I said, go ahead and finish Emotionally Mature. Finish that book first. And then get to the beating.
Now I was about to start The Artist's Way and now never.
Oh, yeah?
Now I
You
won't
were?
in protest.
Okay.
Because look what it's done to you.
I'm healed. I'm blessed. You should see my life. Shoulders are down. Titties are up. It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh my God. I hate you.
Sorry. But we're in LA. Can you tell? Hunter's beating. We're in LA. Everyone's like, oh, we know where she is. She's arts and crafting. That's California.
Yes. Listen, I'm wearing it well.
You are.
Yeah.
We look good in LA. I'll come out and say it.
No, I agree. But we were here for EatsCon.
We were.
We did a little live show at EatsCon Los Angeles, and it was a lot of fun.
It was.
And the food actually was so good. There's a lot of really good food.
Really good hand rolls. I will say I want to hold space for the mother who kind of just happened to be in the audience that posted on her Instagram. A little too Gen Z millennial for me, but my daughter loves the show. Shout out to that queen.
Shout out to that queen. Shout out to that queen's daughter. I do love being the source of a fight that I would have had with my mom.
Yes, yeah.
Had I been in high school.
I almost was like, wait, did my mom post that? Because she would.
She was also front row.
Yeah.
But it was so fun getting to meet and hang out with people at EatsCon LA. But my heart was in New York.
Oh, always.
Because I don't know if you saw, but Zoran Mamdani won the Democratic primary.
Oh, she said, I don't know if you saw. She called me stupid. She said, Peyton, you do the news, right? Wait, where were you when you found out? Were you watching it anywhere?
No, I was home. I was home sitting on my couch. You know what? I was taking out my braids. That's what I was doing.
Oh, wow. That's liberating.
No, literally, I was taking out my braids and I was watching, I think I was probably watching Love Island USA, but I was following along on my computer or my phone. And literally someone texted me, I think he's gonna do it.
Yeah,
and I was like, wait, I kind of think so too. Because the early polling was we might not know until days later because of ranked choice voting. And, no, it was far and away. He had an early lead, and it was it's impossible for Cuomo to recover.
Yeah.
Cuomo, boo, hiss, tomato. Where were you watching?
I went to Honey's in Brooklyn, which is
fun.
The gayest place you can watch it. For Soft Power Vote was doing a watch party there, so me and a bunch of friends went, and we were under the same impression that we're not going to find out tomorrow, so this is just an excuse to hope and dream and drink. And then all of a sudden, my friend like runs over and was like, I think Cuomo conceded. And I was like, I feel like that's Veep right now. And like, we're part of it. Like, we're doing the work.
It's like, it's not even Veep, it's the newsroom.
Yeah.
When Dawn is on that plane and tells the pilot that they found Osama bin Laden.
That was Eliza Enriquez running over to me, my little friend. But like, I do, if the feeling in general to be in community around that moment felt, I don't know, I hadn't had that in a while. Like it's been, we've had a lot of L's,
I was about to say,
not a lot of W's.
We've on a big losing streak, actually. So what was Jabuki's tweet? It feels good for like something good to happen for once.
Who knew?
I'm almost like waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like what could possibly happen now? I do have to say I love Eric Adams starting his like campaign because he's running as an independent because he didn't want a primary. Coward. With some people have no record. Some people are running from their record, but I've got a good record. And it's like, you literally gave Diddy a key to the city.
What? Who's his copywriter? Give him a promotion. No, because the things they do with copy and the video edits that they put out are like, it's like,
you saw
get ready with me.
Yes.
And he does nothing.
He's like, it's like 9 a.m. fully clock behind him. It's 11:15. God. No, I'm sorry. He really is a club rat first, a comedian second, and a mayor like 19th on the list.
Absolutely. But let's hope for that general election, baby.
Yeah.
Let's hit the pavement.
No, people are scared. People are like, business leaders had a meeting with Eric Adams because they're so afraid of Zoran's win, but also it does feel like a true coalition across like age, gender, race, sex, like that he's won like Bensonhurst, like places that were deeply like supportive of Cuomo.
Yeah. So keep that energy, New York.
Yes, but we're going on a road trip.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Tell the people.
We're going to New Orleans, baby.
And what are we going to New Orleans for?
Oh, we're doing Essence Fest, honey.
It's a little bit of a girls' trip.
It's a little bit of a beauty con. Look at the mugs. Get a good look at the mugs. They're actually, they could be better.
Too. Yeah. What was that TikTok sound? And don't talk to me if you don't have a side profile.
So we're going to be, I think around like 10, if you're going to be there, around 10 a.m.
On Sunday, BeautyCon Essence Fest, New Orleans.
Yeah,
we're coming for you.
This is our girls trip. Let's pray we're friends by the end of it, because that New Orleans heat might bring out the worst in us.
After you already made fun of my little humble necklace.
The crazy thing is I didn't say anything about the necklace.
But you didn't say anything good about it, so what does that mean? Like I said. Okay, this week we're talking about the New York Times list of the greatest movies of the 21st century, and I'm so happy that we get to have another Love Island USA check-in.
Oh, thank God.
And we're joined by Mal Wright to talk about the Ultimatum Queer Love Season 1 and 2.
Yep.
So let me just say this.
Let me say this.
Are you looking for a home for your worst opinions?
Are you a hater first, but a lover of pop culture second? Consider this a glorified group chat. But we're not calling you out. No. We're calling you in. It's a safe space.
To talk shit.
But of course, from Wondery, I'm Peyton Dix.
And I'm Hunter Harris.
And this is Let Me Say This.
Let me say this.
Let me say this.
No, because I've got some stuff to say about Ace.
I'm sure you do.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
I fear, and by fear, I am just so excited that this has kind of become a Love Island recap podcast.
And I'm not complaining.
Every week we're like, what should you talk about? I don't know, Love Island again? Is that fine?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right, let's say that.
Okay, so we're recording this on Monday.
Yes.
Last night's episode was Sunday, Heart Rate Challenge. So we're not super up to date if you're listening on Wednesday, but we will be.
And let me tell you, my heart rate, it was up. Da-dun.
Okay. Who was taking it for you? Heart Rate Challenge. Who would you voted for?
I think the winners, who were Sierra and Nick.
Yeah.
I had fun.
No, because they were good. And I saw someone on maybe TikTok say like they need to dust off Rob's like Woody costume from last season for Nick to wear this season. And chest on checkers, that's exactly what they did.
I will say it was funny to watch the couples come out and like, okay, you're a demon angel and then you're a firefighter. I'm like, wait.
The craziest one was tall ass Chris was like a chef.
Okay.
He looked like, I thought he was a baby in a diaper.
This is not the bear, Lord Jesus.
I was so confused.
Who was taking it for you?
Well,
who were your faves? Don't say it.
Hurricane Huda.
I knew it.
When she literally like did a cartwheel into that man's lap and then was like twerking upside down, I was like, wait.
Yeah.
First of all, that's real body, real cellulite, not a BBL. Second of all, I was like, damn, she really, for someone who's been kind of relatively quiet the last few episodes, she came in hot.
No,
the weather report said hurricane headed.
You better
your
get
way.
some umbrellas out.
Truly. They said batten down the hatches.
No.
I thought she was good. I also thought Shelly and Ace, they were kind of taking it for me. Ace's little Fred Flintstone ass, I'm going to make your bed rock.
No.
I was like,
and do you like these pebbles or fruity pebbles or whatever the fuck he said?
So like, sorry, he's like, oh, it's legal to be a cornball. The better lock you up then.
Yeah. Only if you're a lesbian are you allowed to be corny.
Who's the worst to you?
Obviously Austin. How is Austin still in that villa? I need that man evicted yesterday. I can't.
Austin, yeah, but also Alandria and Elan.
Oh, wow.
It was like uncomfortable. I'm like, Alandria, leave that man alone.
I know.
Leave Taylor behind.
Also, like, is Alandria 2 pounds? Wait, everyone just picks her up with one hand and throws her around. Every single man tossed her little ass.
Body
like,
is tea.
Is she body's been tea? Yeah. But it's just so funny that I was like, does her head hurt? Like they are flipping and spinning her around.
I also have to say, I loved like whenever they would cut away to like people like in between like just before someone comes out or just finishes. Yeah. And it was always like Nick sitting next to Landrew, like, oh, good job. Like, oh, that was so fun.
Proud of you. Wait.
They go together hard.
Let's have that conversation.
About Nico Landria?
Yeah, no. We'll get there.
Yeah.
While we're still in the makeout challenge of it all, I need Shelly to pick up her bisexual crown. It's slipping. And Sierra said,
Shelly and
snatch.
Sierra. Yes. No,
Well, Sierra, I think,
I
is
was
bi.
thinking about you. Oh.
I think someone had said, because I had made some TikTok and someone's like, her friends have kind of confirmed that she plays for both teams. But everyone's like, I'm going to get me a Sierra kiss on the record immediately.
Yeah.
Everyone was sucking her face.
Yeah.
And I was next in line.
Well, no, I was
volunteer as
thinking about you. I was like, oh, I wonder what Peyton thinks about all of this. And Nick being like, wait, I wanted some kisses. Nick's like, everyone's going for Sierra. I want some kisses too.
That one hot girl sat on, I know she's an op technically, but Clark sat on Nick's lap, was like, don't worry, this isn't for you. Leans over and makes out with Sierra. I said, I love women. I love when feminism wins.
You would like Clark.
I don't say I like Clark. I like women kissing. Hunter's like, not me. That's not my ministry.
Let me tell you who came dead last, maybe even after Austin.
Who?
Taylor. I hate Taylor.
I hate his body.
Sorry. I hate his body. I hate his stupid little grin. I hate the way that it's like, wait, like, no offense, like, be serious for 1 second. Like, at least, like, try to be a little bit sexy.
I don't think he has the ability.
No, I don't think he does either. And did you see the, like, Twitter graphic that was, like, last year we had PPG?
Yeah.
Like, beautiful Bratz dolls girls. Yes. And this year we have Ed and Eddie.
Correct.
And Taylor was like wearing his like little locks coming down, like dry as hell. I'm like, ugh.
Not you saying get him a deep condition.
Get him some sacred.
Oh.
I hate to see him coming.
I really do. Which is why Nicolandria was so exciting for a lover girl like me.
Yes, but I think that there's something happening where, you know how Shelly was rightfully pretty pissed at Huda after like all she did on top of Ace, like multiple thrusts. Camera had to turn away.
No, Huda dance background.
We saw it. We saw it.
Period.
But so Shelly is mad at Huda because she felt like she was disrespectful, like doing too much on Ace during the challenge. But the way that the women were like, you know, backing her up, being like, you are so valid to be like a little bit mad about this, made me think, will Sierra rethink her very like chill reaction to Nick and Alandria making out in soul ties?
You said, will she?
Yeah.
I think she already has, because Iris was like, hold on.
I know. Iris pulled her aside, but I do think that like the way that everything that she was saying, like backing up Shelly, I was like, oh, this could be directed right, just a little bit to the right to Alandria.
Yeah.
But I think the circumstances are much different.
They're very different, and I will say I believe two things at once. Very different. Yeah. One, do I want Nicolandria's endgame? For sure. Is it going to happen? Absolutely not, but that's fine. But I also think Iris, the first time she ever spoke, was right to be like, that's kind of uncomfortable and weird. I know you love and trust these people, but like it's still fine to find issue with the fact that they made out in soul ties, a very sexual place. Actually, the least sexual place.
No, it's one big bed.
It looks hard and it's all pink.
What do you want to be? What do you want to be in the deck chairs?
Maybe in the pool. Ugh, not that pool actually.
Yeah, no, not that pool, because we know who cleans the pool. He's not doing a good job. Austin's not doing a good job, girl. Oh my God.
Or he's doing a great job because he's not doing anything else but clean that pool.
If you were Sierra, how would you feel?
Upset, absolutely.
Really?
Yes, because, well, hear me out. She's gonna be hot when she sees that clip back during movie night. Sierra's gonna watch the way they made out and watch the way Nick, grinning ear to ear, makeup all over, like rolled over into those pillows and like,
well,
come on.
I think them making out is like one thing, but the way that Nick was like pressing, like, and listen, Nick and Alandria are written in the stars. Yeah. Like that's like Lisa and Al-Gaib hours. Like they're the ones who were promised. But I think that Sierra will be like, oh, you like were really flirting with her though. Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
I do.
It wasn't just like let's try this and see what happens.
Yeah. I think Alandria was telling the truth where she didn't seem as hyped and excited about their potential chemistry. It seemed like
that's because her brain was on Taylor. I need my sister to get up. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I know. Bring back Jalen.
Jalen was the other country boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And no one liked him, but I thought he was cute. I thought he really clearly had an interest in her.
Yeah, that's true.
And he seemed a little bit more shy, but so was she. She's a little bit more reserved.
Mm-hmm. She gives eldest daughter boots. Like she gives like the I had to be strong girl. It made me so sad when she almost got kicked off.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm not going to cry. I'm like, cry, babe.
I know. But I just don't know. Okay. this is a kind of a strange time in the show. Like, we've been, like, you know, so familiar with these people for so long.
Yeah.
Now that, like, Andreina is, like, I'm kind of feeling Pepe. I was like, oop. And you go ahead on and feel him. Because who is she with right now?
Exactly.
Oh, the Dominican man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's pretty boring. But maybe there's something for him and Alandria.
Pepe?
No.
Oh, the Dominican man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe. I'm just trying
okay.
to think, who can she, like, partner up with or, like, couple up with?
Do they bring in new bombshells after this, or is that kind of done?
I don't know. But I'll tell you, we need to start doing some evictions.
We
need to start doing some evictions.
Immediately.
Austin needs to have been gone.
Yes.
Who's the blonde girl that's not Iris? Grayson?
Grayson with the Y.
Grayson needs to go.
Yeah.
She's not bringing anything. Yeah, Andreina's Dominican man needs to go. Who else am I kicking out of the house?
I also say I keep forgetting.
Well, Taylor, of course, top of the list.
We fly to Fiji tomorrow. We're like him.
Just to yank his, him out
by the hair.
No, by his like lanky ass body.
Oh, I don't want to touch it though. He just seems so soft. Is what I was gonna say. Every time. So like when I didn't know that Huda was a personal trainer, I think, or something like that. So when I see her working out, I'm like, oh, she has really good form. And then you cut to and see Taylor working out, and you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna tear your Achilles heel. What the hell are you doing?
Taylor's like that video of Snoop Dogg where he's lifting weights and he's just like just lifting his shoulders up.
I don't get it. I don't get the appeal of all these beautiful women being like, this is the man for me.
No, I mean in some ways I was like, oh, I can see how Taylor is like cute, but he's giving like goofy younger cousin to me. Like he's
Absolutely.
so, that's what I mean. The heart rate challenge. I was like, you need to like take this a little bit more seriously. Like you need to come with like put your chest out or something.
I don't think it goes out.
But it was just so like, oh my God, like you're not getting anyone's heart rate up.
Yeah.
You're like actually like pissing me off right now.
Right now, if you had to pick like who's endgame for you, who's number one winner?
Definitely Sierra and Nick.
Okay, yeah. That's kind
Sierra
of the only
and
people
Nick.
we have.
Well, Shelly and Ace.
Shelly.
Listen, people were calling me everything but a child of God. But now my Ace defenders.
No, my
Ace defenders have come to my rescue in the TikTok comments.
I don't know. Things got scary for a bit. When you see hidden comments, I was like, oh shit, they're coming for her.
They're just a bunch of tomatoes. And listen, it's tomato season. Call me Lueve. I love a tomato.
Oh my God, you're so straight.
How is that straight?
A Lueve tomato reference in 2025. Put it down.
You're pissing me off right now. I'm like actually getting on my nerves. This is a heart rate challenge. It's like my blood pressure is going up right now. No, you know who I feel like? Nick with Ilan being like, no, that actually pissed me off.
Wait, did you think that was inappropriate of them? Their kiss?
No, I didn't think so.
Either.
It's only inappropriate because I don't give a damn about Ilan.
Oh well, yeah. Speaking of people that need to go. Wait, but okay.
He's like not doing anything, and he's so like, oh, I love Sierra, like I want to be with her. I'm like,
but why?
Yeah, you're like not. At least what I appreciate about Chris and the Chris, Ace, Shelly love triangle is that Chris is coming on the ones and twos. He's like bringing his best work. He said, my Cherie Amore, my Shelly Amore. Stevie Wonder. But he also is like, I really want to build something with you, and I see how close you are with Ace, but I still want to put in effort and put in work, and Shelly respects that. And even him going to Ace and being like, listen, the situation is what it is, I want to respect you, but I also like I care about Shelly. And Ace was like,
period, brother.
Damn. Yeah, he's like, I wish we could be friends.
He's like, but you are my op still, by the way. Yeah. That was actually this, because I was like, him, Chris, this is what we're looking at. I guess he's tall, but many women get, sidetracked because a man is tall. But I do think that, like, that was one of the sexiest moments to me when he pulled Ace aside and was so normal and chill. Yeah. Which is not, we don't get a lot of normal and chill in this show. No.
And Ace, who had previously been like, it's a competition, the Leo and him came out. Yeah. But then even he was like, that's a really cool guy. Because, like, the other times that's happened, like, Alandria and Clark, or even Huda and... Did she have a conversation with...
Everybody?
Iris? Maybe, I guess it was Iris at the time. Yeah. Like, it didn't go that well. Because maybe there was, like, more emotion behind it, whatever. But, sexiest moment on the show.
So far?
So far. Because I have a clear one.
I think mine would have to be from last night when Shelly... Sierra and Nick were all making out. So that was for me. That was for someone like me. I love when women get to work. I love the number 3. I love Paris this time of year, you know?
Oh my god.
And then a sprinkle of Nick because I'm a little bi sometimes.
This is a family podcast.
Oh, well, they're fucked. Whatever family's listening to this. Yeah. What's the sexiest moment?
Saying they're fucked. Yeah. Whatever family's listening to this is so out of pocket. No, sexiest moment of the show for me was Alandria saying, "Oh, I'm cold." Nick, mid-bite of a cookie, takes off his shirt from the back, peels it off, places it on her.
Yeah.
And I think it was like maybe Ace or Taylor comes in and they're like, dude, where's your shirt? And Nick's like, Alandria said she was cold. And then Taylor comes in, tries to be like, oh, I'll give you a side hug from the back. I was like,
yeah.
That middle school hug, get out of here. Get out of here.
Did you hear that side comment Taylor made?
That no one in the house likes you?
Yeah. After dubbing her?
That's what I mean. No, that was before, I think.
No, it was after he had picked.
Oh.
How nasty is that?
And you also know, you saw who was whipping the votes to keep Alandria in the house. Nick and Ace got their heads together and they said, now hold on. And Clark was like, well, I don't feel like I should vote. And Nick was like, okay, so don't vote. Great. Moving on.
Boo, don't vote. Yeah, period.
No, we need Ace and Nick in the streets canvassing for Zoran.
That's where their best work goes.
We need them getting him into the mayor's house. We do.
I'm going to say something kind of controversial. Maybe not, actually.
Is it Ape shall not kill Ape?
It won't be that. It
Ape
won't ever
actually,
be that.
deadass needs to kill Ape now.
We are the apes in question. We're coming with a knife and a gun.
Ooh, that felt loaded.
Sorry. Yeah. There was this moment where, speaking of, people talking to their ops, when Clark and Alandria went for a chat, and something I sided with Clark on was Alandria kept saying, I think our relationship needed this test. Like, this is a test. And Clark was like, I don't love you referring to like my whole being as a test to your relationship where like you're coming to me. Let's say that behind my back at least. But saying that woman to woman felt a little bit nasty to me. I get where the pain is coming from, but I didn't like that verbiage. And it led me to think like we really treat these bombshells like harlots. Okay. Like they're brought in. These courtesans are brought into the villa to like stir things up and like not be treated as real people because we obviously aren't emotionally invested in them, and then thrown away. And it feels, my empathetic ass, it feels kind of nasty.
You said bombshell work is real work.
That was funny.
See how I can make you laugh even when you piss me off? Oh. See, and what do I get? And I get called to the red table. No. No.
I'm reaching my hand across
also,
the table.
Also, I have to... No.
Okay.
No. Listen, sorry. I read for Alandria, so Clark being like, I didn't like that she called me a test. I was like, well, that's what you are.
Oh.
TEST.
No.
And guess what? He failed.
He did. A few times.
I didn't have a problem with that. I don't like Clark. Something about her. I don't like the way she shows her eyebrows.
I thought you were going to say she's just monotone.
Yeah, and then it's just like maybe she and Taylor honestly deserve each other.
Wait, yeah.
Them talking about what kind of house they like. Oh, sleek, all white. I was like, okay, so you want to live in a hospital? Yeah. Totally. Okay, who needs to leave the island next? One girl, one boy.
One girl, one boy. Okay. I'm kicking Austin out still. He's still got to go.
If you have one bullet and you're taking Austin out and not Taylor. Fake.
Well, I sorry, I enjoy good TV, and I want to watch.
Taylor's not even good TV.
No, well, unfortunately, I want to watch some more drama play out there. So I've got to shoot Austin for my own safety, or I shoot myself. Okay, if Austin's not off my screen, and then I am taking out Grayson. I hate a white bitch with a complicated name. What's a Y doing there? A Y and Grayson. Bell-A. Too much. Who are you taking out?
They're gonna get mad at me, but Ariana, what are you doing here?
The host?
I want someone who's like in the trenches. I want Iyanla Van Zandt as a host. I want Nene Leakes as a host. I want someone who's like really like mixing stuff up.
Hunter, you're gonna get shot.
Sorry. And then of course Taylor, and then Austin.
Oh.
Okay, if I'm not taking out a woman, I would take out Taylor and Austin.
Well, you should have told me that before I killed a girl.
Too late.
Oh,
Ape shall not kill. Girl shall not kill girl.
I'm scared for what the Maddoxes, the Ariana Maddox is going to say in your head. Because I think you're going to watch Vanderpump Rules and I think you're going to change your mind.
Totally. I mean, no weapon formed against someone who dated Tom Sandoval shall prosper. So I'm light work in comparison, okay?
Ooh, well, next week, God, I can't wait to do this all over again.
Yes.
Yeah. We're addicted. Okay, Hunter, normally I don't say this. Normally I don't.
Oh, gosh.
But I actually love being gay. Did we all get that on the record? And I'll never say it again. Pride's over. But we have kind of like gay icon, legend, mother to many, mother to me,
I'm
Mal
going to say
Wright.
yes, icon.
On the pod with us today is Mal Wright, who is an NYC-based creative and reality TV standout from Netflix's The Ultimatum Season 1. Hey!
What's up, friends? I feel like I'm in your living room. I feel like I'm with my nieces right now because I'm very auntie. Or my sisters.
Said, and I've come to help.
Yeah.
No. I like being young, so you can
cool.
do that.
I'm the young auntie.
Spiritually an auntie, though. Well, thank you for being on the show. We have a question that we ask everyone who comes on. Are you a lover or a hater?
I think I'm a lover. I be trying to lean into hater sometimes, though, because I think, like, for the lore of it all, but I'm a lover, truly.
I think you are a lover. As watching you on The Ultimatum, I think you're a lover.
Yeah, you were kind of the only lover in The Ultimatum in your season, and hey, let me wake that conversation up.
Ops in the room, yeah.
Oh, no, we'll get into it later. Okay, we have like a lover hater speed round edition. Okay. Lesbian version. Lover or hater of U-hauling?
I'm gonna say hater. Did you see how slow I moved on The Ultimatum to begin with?
Okay, lover or hater carabiner?
Lover. Utility.
Utility's important. We see each
Wow,
other. We
truly.
see each other. Yeah.
Wow.
That was very Woolawa of us.
Woolawa.
Wow. Love that. Woolawa.
Willowa, WLW?
Yeah.
Totally.
No, that's a young people's
Ally.
term, actually.
Yeah.
I like heard that on TikTok. Hunter said, I'm off book.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I've learned a thing or two. Lover or hater chapstick lesbians?
Lover. Because it's just,
Ooh.
you need it. You need a good chapstick.
You need it.
And can you define that actually for people who might not know?
What a chapstick lesbian is?
And the person
Mhm.
might be in the room with us right
I don't
now.
think she is, but I just want to make sure.
If I'm honest, I don't know if I know. I just keep multiple chapsticks on me.
Okay, so you're both straight, by the way.
100%.
Because Hunter was like, wait, like I wear chapstick. Like, what does that mean?
I always have
Like, hold
chapstick
on.
within my grasp wherever I am in the world.
Okay, and then closing us out, lover, hater of being bi.
Lover. What?
Because you don't want to get got. You know have you been
Creeping?
tapped into the discourse?
Yeah. I try to stay away from
the
it.
bis versus the lesbians.
Yeah, I just don't love it. Like, if you're bi, you're just bi. It's not that deep. We're all on the spectrum somewhere. A little something.
I love a diplomatic answer.
I know.
I think it's
I think we
fine.
should
Because she
end
has
the
a
crime.
gun pointed.
Are you?
Sometimes at myself.
Period.
Because some weekends you're bi. Like, I think that happens to people.
Yeah.
Like, I think even when you're a lesbian, a wallawa, if you will, sometimes you're also bi.
I'm a
And I
chapstick
think-
carabiner wallawa, and occasionally I find myself leaning curious. I'll say it.
Babe, none of those words are in the Bible, just by the way.
True.
That was crazy. But I love the way you identify. We're going to add that to your bio. We're
Yeah.
gonna do
Curious.
it at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Breaking news here now
Yeah.
by Curious Mal.
Okay, so I want to talk about The Ultimatum. And if you haven't watched this show, basically in the show, every couple has been issued an ultimatum, someone in the couple, where either they marry or they move on. And the conceit of the show is that you kind of switch partners and have a trial marriage with someone and then go back to your original partner and kind of retest the waters, see how you feel. But I read that you worked on season 2 of this show on the casting team. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I mean, just as chaotic as what we've seen. You know, I don't think, I don't know. I mean, there's different flavors of chaos, but I think just as chaotic and like heightened emotion and roller coaster emotions and just a wild, wild time. Some of which really, really fun, and some of which really not fun. You know, would I do it again? Immediately, no. Do I regret it? No, I don't regret doing it. But yeah, I don't.
Do you feel like you learned something about watching yourself like on the show and maybe how you like navigate relationships or navigate your own like emotions?
Sure. I think what you watch yourself by yourself, right? And then you watch yourself alongside discourse of the public, and that is really confronting. And there's some of which I felt inclined to defend, and then there was some of which that I was just like, well, you're not wrong. I know that editing comes into play, of course, but like what people's general takeaway was sometimes wasn't wrong, and that was really hard to confront and sit with,
Yeah. I always found that interesting, the difference between that experience and then Love Island, where we're having the discourse in real time, but they're not participating in it in any way, which actually seems really liberating than watching it back in real time with all of your peers and like twitter.com.
Right.
Like that seems, I will say, like a prison.
Yeah.
But how many years are you removed out from this now?
2.
Like, how long has it been?
2 years.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm lying to you. Like 2.5 years, I think.
Yeah.
It feels both as someone who watched every single episode of your season and absolutely loved it, like yesterday, but also feels like, oh wow, that rocked me to my core. Watching Queer Ultimatum.
Yeah.
Hunter was questioning her allyship. She said, I don't know about these lesbians.
I can't stand beside y'all no longer.
I might have to step down. Yeah. She puts her brick on the floor. She's like, maybe it won't be me. But wait, can you also talk to us now on this end of it, working on the casting side, and also maybe what you were looking for when you were helping with the casting process?
Yeah. The casting side is interesting because I got interested in casting because I was the only Black person on cast. And I was like, well, how does that happen? Previous like experience working in HR and recruiting and all these types of things, I kind of know, or I thought I knew anyway. So working in it now, it was interesting. It's interesting to cast for it now, knowing that the people have seen the show. When I did it, we hadn't seen it. We hadn't seen the straight version. That wasn't out yet. We had no idea. There's a premise that's pitched to you, but you have no idea what it's going to look like. So we didn't have that. And I think the cast now, in my opinion, kind of had like an open book test, So you're looking for people that don't want to be famous, whatever that looks like. People that are actually at some sort of crossroads, people that are in real relationships, like a real couple. And you're trying to weed through that. I remember crazy experience. I was talking to somebody and it seemed like they could have been potentially a fit. They checked the boxes for people that could do the show. And then they break up with their partner and this same person calls me back and they're like, hey, me and old girl broke up, but I have another one I could take on. And I'm like,
I love lesbians.
Wait.
I just do.
Wait, oh my God.
Wait, no. I'm like, no, it doesn't. You can't do that. That's not.
But wait, was there not some small part of me like, actually, amazing TV? Like, it's like, oh my God, lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Like, truly, you found someone who is a star.
I think we need to remember that lesbians can be fuckboys too. Like equal opportunity when it comes to gender here. Like, I'm like, no, lesbians will ruin your life as well.
100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Were there any, in the casting process, any specific qualities that you were looking for? Or even qualities that were like a big turnoff that you're like, oh my God, red flag, like they are just here to be famous?
Kind of that.
And, like,
I mean, people would say that, which I get it. I respect it. I get it. Especially in the age of like reality TV now. I get why people might think they want to, like couldn't use it as an opportunity. I get that. But that's something that we don't look for. And there were people that are very honest about that. It's just like, yeah, I want to do it, but also I have this business that I want to leverage and, blah, blah, blah. So
I love when you're watching reality TV and someone's like, yeah, so I'm a singer. I sing, and then like find an excuse to like do a medley over and over and over again. And it's like, so we know why you're here. And the singing career that you're trying to plot is not, no one's picking it up what you're putting down. But I will say this cast feels exactly that, very authentic. Their experience seems 100% real. A lot of them seem almost not uninterested in the process, but like having a lot of fear, reservations, and hesitations around doing this in a very public way, and you can sense that. Did you have any favorite couples from this season working on it, or what you've seen so far?
Honestly, not favorites. No, I think I had vested interest in some couples, you know, like, but from a protection standpoint, I think when I think about couples and I think about the couples that are the only of any demographic, I'm like, what are y'all doing? You know, I'm like watching real close. And I'm like, please don't, please.
I
do
love
the right
what
thing.
you just did there.
You know? And that I think that's natural. Like that just comes up. I think that I was really hoping for all of them that they just did what was true to them and they just like made the best moves, especially under the public eye. You can never predict. I talked to one of the cast members recently and I'm like, I could have never predicted how the public would react to you guys, right? Like, and that's a hard thing. I think I feel not responsible, but I definitely feel really soft for all of them, regardless of what we've seen them do. I'm like, soft heart, because you just can't predict it. You know, the state of the world is wild. You see people are going to take what they're going through and they're just going to have like something new to watch and channel all their shit right at you. And I don't even think they actually mean it as harshly as it comes off. I think it's just a bunch of other stuff going on. And I could have never predicted that the public would respond so like hyperbolic one way or the other. I could have never, you know, that part. Sometimes I sit and think about it. When I see discourse, I'm like, oh gosh, I hope they don't see this, you know?
I have a really specific question,
Shoot
actually. Just because I do see the way the masks are portrayed in the show tend to be very in line with the way we talk about, like, how masks versus maybe femmes move of, okay, you're a little bit of a player. I mean, AJ, if you're listening right now, cool it, brother. But like,
AJ was not called in. AJ was called
out. AJ was called to the red table.
Red table. Oh, the table turned red, actually, mid-conversation.
Yeah,
and that's like with love and respect to all of them,
sure.
And their journeys. But I found myself being like, oh, is this a little bit of a representation of the math shortage? And do you think that there is a math shortage right now?
Ooh, me and my partner talk about this all the time. She often says, I think it's where you're at too. I think like geographically, there might be a mask shortage in some places. And the more that we get like fluid in expression and move away from these binaries, the more I think it feels like there's this mask shortage. I don't know. I don't know. And I think it's because I'm not looking for masks or looking at them. So I'm unsure. But maybe I hear the femme saying it.
I was a femme saying it, and then I was like, ooh, I like wore one boy short. And I'm like, wait, masks are happening here. No
home.
shortage in this house. I was like, at home, yeah, we got masks at home, and it's me in like a big t-shirt, like.
Yeah.
But I just felt really interesting to me because I was like, oh, I'm watching all these like femmes kind of go for who I thought they would maybe go for, and the way the coupling works out, you actually see a lot of crossover with like more masculine folks leaning with each other, more femme folks leaning each other in a way that I think proves exactly what you're talking about, where there's a lot more expression that's opened up for these people because of that.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
I think this show is also, I mean, we just got to call it like we're not hiding it, right? Like I think we just have to call it the way we see it. And the show is very binary in experience and like heteronormative in that experience where like it's positioned to be like masc and femme and to emulate kind of the straight version when I'm not sure. Like I live in New York and I think you're in LA, you guys are in LA, we're back and forth. And in the metro cities, I think we see a lot more like fluidity. And I think the main watcher, which is the Midwest, I think they're probably pretty like masc and femme. And so the show shows that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I was going to ask, do you think there's something about the Ultimatum that makes it more like open or better for like a queer experience versus like a Love is Blind? I'm not like there's not that kind of queer equivalent for those shows.
I don't know if I think it's better. I do think that it belongs in the library of like queer media. I think it has a place, right? But do I think it makes it better? I don't know if I think it makes it better or worse for that matter. I do like the discourse that it triggers amongst like community. I love that. I love that we're all like talking about things in our relationships and if we would do it or wouldn't do it. And like, I really like that it does that. I like that it allows straight people who might not watch otherwise watch, because a lot of straight people watch it.
I just have to ask if you think I should be the host.
Yes.
I should be so I just want you to in camera say, I petition that Peyton Dick should be the host of Queer Ultimatum.
Honestly, I was thinking when you were asking that maybe Peyton Dick should be, we should try if she should be the host, maybe. I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
We only brought you on this podcast to do just that.
Okay.
You would be like coaching from the sidelines if you were the host. It would be crazy.
No, I would be instigating. Right. They're like, why is Peyton in the shot right now? She shouldn't be in the shot.
You're like literally lingering in the back of the shot, haunting every couple.
Well, what do you think about the feedback on having a straight host versus having a queer host?
I mean, I think the people so casting works like this. There's a huge team. I don't know if you guys know or not. I don't mean to be like,
no, please educate us.
But there's a whole team of
Mansplaining.
people.
Interesting. Yeah.
There's a whole team of people that work for the production team or for the like kinetic content, right? And then Netflix purchases the show. They make the final decision on who the cast is going to be. We filter through the people and ask the right questions and see if they, are equipped to be on the show. But we don't make the final decision on anybody. So the host is that's a Netflix thing. That's not a kinetic thing, And she has other shows on Netflix. And so I think from a Netflix standpoint, from a business standpoint, I think it makes sense. For us, a queer standpoint, we're like, wait a minute, what are you doing? And it couldn't be like, I see a lot of queer comedians, but I don't know if they're equipped to host like that type of show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
which
not
is
us.
why
I wish it was a queer host. I do.
Me specifically, though, is what you said.
Yeah,
right?
Well, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Mal's like, get me
Mal's literally never coming
back.
back, truly. Oh
First
my
and last,
gosh.
thanks for having me. Bye.
Yeah,
this is a self-tape now. My goodness.
I'm going to see you out in Brooklyn. You're like, oh, not her. Here she comes, trying to pitch herself again. I'm also, I'm curious, how did your life change after becoming like the fan favorite from last season?
I really thought I was going to just return back to my regular job. If you don't know anything about me, I am a Virgo through and through, grown as hell. I want to go back to work. I just want to go to my regular job, clock in, clock out. It works for me. I'm happy about that. And I don't love like losing anonymity. I kind of miss that part. But it did change for better in the way of like the communities that I've tapped into now and using my voice more, being a little more vocal than I normally would have been, like advocating for us and really just like living truly as I am, which is sometimes serious, sometimes diabolical, goofy as hell. Like I get to show an array of one human and like, I'm okay with that,
Yeah.
Wow, what a great answer. That's so inspiring.
I love a Beyonce.
Yeah. Hey.
We love a Virgo placement. Yes. Virgo rising, by the way. So
let's go.
We see each other. And we're locked in.
I want to ask, what were the formative like queer media or queer movies that raised you?
You know what really got me? I don't know if this is problematic to say or not, but She Hate Me, the Spike Lee movie. Have we seen this?
Yeah.
Absolutely raised me. I remember renting it at Blockbuster in high school. And I remember having it for so long. We got so many late fees for this movie. I was running it in the ground. And I knew I was gay, but nobody else knew. And my mom was like, what is this movie that you're watching? She's like pissed. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what that is, But I think that movie really did it. I think Paris is Burning did it. I think I can remember early on, I was like hooked on Madonna's Like a Prayer music video. I should have known then.
Yeah, I was like, well, that's the gayest thing you've ever said. Yeah.
I should have known. I was like, why do I love this so much? Deep in my like little 7-year-old spirit, like, oh, I love this music video.
Yeah.
Who else? The L Word, of course. I was like hooked on Tasha.
Oh, of course, Tasha representation.
See, I loved it.
Yeah.
And I could relate to her. So I think that's
Queen
Latifah. I thought MC Light was gay forever. She's not.
There's a lot of those. There's a lot of I actually get surprised when women, except for Hunter, aren't lesbians.
Oh.
I'm always just like, no, well, you're good. A thumbs up was crazy. Sorry.
That thumbs up was really, that was the straightest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, that was really upsetting.
If straight people had a slur, this would be it. I'm so sorry. But wait, I'm curious about that. Were there any early gay icons that you either saw yourself in or, just thought were hot and maybe unlock something here?
I don't think I knew. Like early on, I don't think I knew. My parents were both immigrants. And like the media that we consumed in the house was like Jamaican stuff, or we're listening to like salsa all day because my dad was like nonstop and playing like congas at home. So like I don't remember seeing queerness around me or on television. I just knew I felt different, and I didn't know who I could share that with either. I just didn't understand why I didn't like the boys like all the other girls did. So I don't know. I didn't have like an icon until I got older. I didn't really have like somebody that I could mirror. I think maybe like the only gay person I knew was my cousin, and I found out about her in high school. But like that was like my icon, if you will. I didn't really have anybody else I could look up to. There's Ellen, but not relatable to me. I wanted to see somebody that looked like me in the world.
You can put Ellen back down. Yeah, she doesn't.
Yeah.
We don't have to bring her into the room.
Yeah. I want you guys.
I forgot about her. In fact. Yeah. We bleep it like it's a curse word.
Yeah. Blur my mouth.
Yeah.
Mel, thank you so much for being on the show. Where can people find you? Where can people follow you?
I go by Mal on everything.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you soon.
See you, friend.
Bye.
So the New York Times did a list of the 100 greatest movies of the 21st century, and the Times made their own list, and they also courted a bunch of people like filmmakers, actors, directors, writers, people who just are on Letterboxd a lot, said with love to submit their list of the top 10 movies of the century so far. And I'm kind of obsessed with both the list and also the best ballots on the list. Movies on the list: Phantom Thread is at 25, Uncut Gems is at 58, Before Sunset at 49, Lady Bird at 39. Number one movie of the century, guess what it was? Did you see online?
I did, and I forgot it though.
Parasite.
Yes. Wait, that was it, Parasite.
Yeah.
Which work? I was gonna say, I was curious for you if there are any big misses on that list that you thought.
Oh, a ton.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. I was really shocked. First of all, I was kind of shocked that Tree of Life was so low. I think it was in the 40s. I expected that to be much higher, at least in the 20s. Park Chan-wook's The Handmaiden. I was shocked that wasn't on the list. What else? I was kind of surprised that Hale County This Morning This Evening, the Ramel Ross documentary, wasn't on the list. I was surprised that Best in Show, which I love that movie, but that was on a lot of people's lists.
Yes.
A lot of people's ballots and pretty high in the final list.
Which period?
Yeah. And what else was I surprised? Oh, I'm happy that Fish Tank, the Andrea Arnold movie, was on the list.
I don't know her.
Oh my God, you would love.
Oh, really?
You would love. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So good, really fucked up and crazy, but really, really good.
And you said you would love.
No, you would
need
love,
that, girl.
You would love. What else? I was kind of surprised that, I don't know. I guess I feel like Spike Lee was kind of underrepresented on the list.
Yeah.
But a lot of Paul Thomas Anderson on the list.
Yeah.
Which I guess just in terms of output of the decade and a half so far, plus how active people have been. I was like, oh, there's quite a bit of Paul Thomas Anderson.
Did you have any favorite ballads?
What would be on your list?
Well, let me be clear about something.
Didn't do her homework.
I didn't do my homework. You and Mrs. Tanu in 7th grade would say the same thing. So of course I also thought it was 5 movies instead of 10. I don't subscribe to the New York Times. Yeah, I stand on business.
Okay, the one woke friend. We get it.
So I came up with 5 movies that I was like, okay. And obviously it was hard to put all of my bad taste aside.
I'm expecting Twilight 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Obviously.
And then Remember Me to close us out.
We have to have a separate podcast just to talk about Remember Me. That was a crazy time. Okay, but obviously, yes, Twilight, but specifically New Moon is on my list.
Which one? Which number?
The second one, the depressed one. The one about depression.
Not the Catherine Hardwicke one? Not the one directed by a woman?
No.
Fake.
Oh, I didn't say I stand on feminism. I stand on business. It's a man's world. So Twilight, New Moon, and then Spirited Away. Shout out to our producers and shout out to lesbians everywhere. Magic Mike, XXL, Jada Pinkett Smith. I remember that scene. And you do have a strap. And I'm ready to see what you do with it. Tangerine and Portrait of Lady on Fire are my appropriate 5. Everything else is for off the pod. DM me and I'll tell you what it is.
Off the pod hot, like DM you to do for what?
For my extras, for my bonus clips.
To be clear, extras, you mean just the rest of the 10, the other 5. Okay.
Yeah, paywall for me. That's my personal Wondery Plus. And give me your very elevated, curated Hunter did her homework on time, turn in an early 10 list.
Okay, to be clear, I took this as not necessarily my favorite 10 movies.
Okay.
But movies that I really think are best of the best, represent the last 25 years.
Yeah.
In all ways. Number 1, Birth.
You love to talk about Birth.
I do. I really think, and also it's I feel like there should be one Jonathan Glazer movie on here. And I did, really appreciate, I think The Zone of Interest is so incredible. And I'm so happy that it was on this list and so high. I don't think it was recency bias at all. But I have to go with my gut and choose. There has to be some Nicole Kidman on the list somewhere.
Well,
my God. Okay, this is not any real order. Birth, Moonlight, Phantom Thread, Memories of Murder, the Bong Joon-ho movie that is, I think, better than Parasite. Wolf of Wall Street, Lady Bird,
of course,
Nickel Boys.
Great.
Yeah, really tore. 25th Hour, which I think is maybe my favorite Spike Lee movie. The Social Network, which that had to be on the list. Come on. Multiple countries are destabilized right now because of that movie. And then Ratatouille. Ratatouille is excellent.
Get me out of this contract. Get me out of this podcast.
No. I will say my 2 honorable mentions that I couldn't find a place for are The Incredibles and A Prophet.
You have such fun taste, Hunter. That was a great.
Thank you.
Great. Did you see her pause? She was like, I don't believe this compliment.
No, because you pissed me off 20 minutes ago.
Oh, let it go. We're new people now.
That was a great one thing
list.
About me, I don't let it go.
I know, only children.
You should know that about me. No, I'm really proud of this list.
It's good.
But I also feel like it was really hard deciding between Phantom Thread and There Will Be Blood. But I do think that there are more, I don't know, I think Phantom Thread, it's it's such a 2-hander in some ways, 3-hander with Leslie Manville too. Mm-hmm. And There Will Be Blood, it really is it's kind of Paul Dano and Daniel Day-Lewis.
You know how I know your list is good?
What?
It's because every new mention, I wanted to press play. It was oh, I should rewatch that. Or, I should hit play on that.
Yeah. I mean, Nickel Boys, I think just is the most spectacular movie of the last 10 years.
Go back to the episode that we talk about it.
So
whichever
good.
One it is, but
so good.
Yeah.
And Wolf of Wall Street, listen, I ride. A lot of people had Wolf of Wall Street on their list. I was very impressed. A lot of people had The Departed on their list. I said, and where were you when I was in 7th grade and had no friends? Where was that energy then?
Weren't you tweeting about the rat from The Departed for at least a few years straight? You're like, this morning.
I do, actually. And I ride for her.
And you pull out your phone. And right now.
Actress of a generation. Yeah. People try to, no, my nice Jess, you don't fuck with my sis.
And it's the rat from
She
Departed.
rode across the railing and she knew exactly what she was doing. She took it.
We have different kind of mental
Honestly,
illnesses.
happy Pride to her.
No, what? It's over. Pride's over.
Oh. Sorry, I allied too close to the sun. Well, let us know in the comments what would be on your list. A little CTA, a little call to action.
I loved that. That was cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's it for this week. As usual, we are 2 online, so you don't have to be.
I do want to hear people's lists in the comments. I do genuinely want to know.
Yeah, tag us Spotify comments, DM us, post on at Let Me Say This.
Yes, please do that. Yeah. Especially if it's a list of just Twilight movies and then Remember Me.
Mm-hmm. You have community here. You're safe here. That's all right. We stand by Kristen and Rob, whatever they do, whatever mistakes they make.
And you know who we also stand by? Ace. All 5 be 6 inches of him.
Drop that collective we. But I do hope that we see you at Essence Fest. Catch us at BeautyCon stage.
Yeah, see you this weekend, hopefully. Follow us on socials at Let Me Say This Pod, at Hunter H, and at Peyton Dix.
Let Me Say This is hosted by me, Peyton Dix.
And me, Hunter Harris. Let Me Say This is a production of Wondery.